Are you finding it tough to make consistent profits in your trading? I've been there. In my first 3 months of trading, I lost 95% of my account, but I didn't give up. Through years of learning and practice, I developed a 5-step formula that turned things around for me. Now, with over 10 years in the markets, I'm confident these same strategies can work for you too. In this video, I'll walk you through the 5 essential steps for profitable trading. We'll cover everything from mindset to trade execution, and I'll show you how to avoid the mistakes that trap most beginner traders. By the end of this, you'll have a practical plan to become a profitable trader, one that is based on real-world experience and proven methods. So let's get started. Did you know that 95% of traders fail because they are looking at the wrong things on their chart? I personally learned this the hard way, and it was a costly lesson. Picture this. It's 2017 and I'm feeling on top of the world. I've spent months studying different trading methods and I'm sure that I've cracked the code of trading. So I spot what looks like a perfect setup in the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, a forex trade. All my indicators are flashing green and I'm ready to make some serious money. And so I went for it. I put in a pretty big selling order on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. At first, things seemed okay. I was up a little bit, but then the price started going up. I told myself, no worries, it will turn around soon. But it kept going up and up some more. As the trade kept moving against me, I struggled to admit that I was wrong. And when I finally closed it, I'd lost a significant amount of money. This experience shook my confidence, leaving me questioning what had I missed. Here's what I do now, and it's the first step in our 5-step formula. I look at the long-term trend first on the daily and weekly time frame. If it's going up, I only look for chances to buy. And if it's going down, I only look for chances to sell. It is that simple. What I missed in that Australian dollar Japanese yen trade was that the big picture was pointing up. But there I was trying to bet on it going down. It's like trying to swim against a strong river current. You are just making things harder for yourself. And you know what? After I started implementing this, my trading results got so much better. Trading is not about being right all the time. It's about putting the odds in your favor. But here's the thing. Knowing when to get into a trade is just the start. Even if you are great at spotting good setups, there is still a crucial piece of the puzzle that is missing. And without it, you could end up losing a lot of money. Now, do you know the reason why professional traders sleep well at night even when the market is crazy and volatile? I discovered their secret and it changed my trading completely. Back in 2017, I was struggling in my trading. I knew I was missing something important. I was finding good trading opportunities, but I couldn't seem to grow my trading account consistently. It felt like I was always one bad trade away from wiping out all my trading progress. That's when I realized I needed to change how I was managing my trades. I started looking for different ways of handling my money in the market. At first, it all seemed complicated, and I thought, do I really need this? Can't I just trade based on my gut feeling? But I decided to give it a shot. I spent weeks learning this new approach, testing it out, and making plenty of mistakes along the way. It wasn't easy, and there were times I wanted to give up and go back to my old way of trading. But the turning point came when I had a string of losing trades. In the past, this would have crushed me. But this time, something was different. Yes, I lost some money, but I didn't blow up my account. I was still in the game. That's when it hit me. This new method was actually working. It was like I'd found a secret weapon. But here's the thing. It wasn't just about protecting my money. It was doing something else, something that I didn't expect. I started using an indicator called the average true range, or the ATR indicator, to size my positions, which is the second step in our 5-step formula. And this accomplished 2 things in my trading all at once. First, I was protecting my account by risking the same amount on each trade, no matter how crazy the market had gotten. But second, and this is the part that really blew my mind, I was actually making more money when I was right. It was like I had found the holy grail of trading, a way to limit my losses and boost my wins at the same time. Here is how it works. When the market is calm, you can trade bigger positions because there's less chance of crazy moves. And when it is all over the place, you trade smaller to stay safe. Now here is something practical you can use right away. You can find the ATR indicator in pretty much any trading platform. What I personally do is look at the ATR on the daily time frame and use a value of 10. This gives me a good idea of how much the market typically moves over 2 weeks. I then use this ATR value to set my stop loss, and then I plug it into an online position sizing calculator. This way, I am always risking the same percentage of my account on each trade, adapting to the market's volatility automatically. So we've just covered how ATR-based position sizing can be a game changer. But I know many new traders struggle to implement these concepts effectively. But what if I told you there is a way to master this and other crucial trading strategies quickly? That's why I've created a free 30-minute video course I call the 7 Steps to Financial Freedom Through Trading. In it, I show you how to develop a profitable trading strategy and avoid common mistakes that trip up many beginners. You'll be joining over 4,000 traders who have already signed up to learn how to become profitable traders. Click the link below to sign up and start your journey towards financial freedom through trading. What if I told you there is a way to be profitable even when you are wrong most of the time? Sounds crazy, right? But it's possible, and I'm about to show you how. You see, casinos have a small house edge. It's like 1 or 2%, but they apply this edge to every bet, and that's how they always end up ahead. But can we really do something similar in trading? That's what I discovered in 2017. Before that, I was winning some trades and losing others, but I was not really getting ahead. It felt like I was running on a treadmill and not getting anywhere. Then I discovered something that changed everything. For the next 1 year, I stuck to this one rule religiously with every single trade that I took. And let me tell you, it wasn't always easy. There were times when I saw what looked like a great trade, but the numbers did not work out based on my new rule. And man, was it tempting to just break this rule just this once. But I held firm. And the result? Well, they didn't show up overnight. But after a few months, I started noticing something. My account wasn't swinging up and down crazily anymore. It was slowly but steadily climbing. But the real shocker was this, the 2R profit formula. It is the key that turns small edges into big gains over time. But what does 2R mean? It is simple but very powerful. For every trade that you take, you aim for a potential profit that is at least twice your potential loss. For example, if you are risking $100, you should aim for at least $200 in profit. That is your 2-to-1 profit to loss ratio. This simple rule can be the difference between struggling and making money in trading. It is that important. Now, here is why this is so powerful. Even if you are wrong more often than you are right, you can still be able to come out ahead in profit. Let's say you win only 4 out of 10 trades. With a 2R ratio, those 4 winning trades make you $800, while your 6 losing trades cost you $600. The end result, you still end up $200 in profit. It's like having the casino's house edge, but now it is in your favor. Every trade you take with this 2R rule tilts the odds in your direction. This rule turns trading from gambling into a mathematical game that you can actually win. When I started using this in 2017, it completely changed my trading. I wasn't stressed about being right all the time anymore. I knew that as long as I stuck to my 2R rule, the math would work out in my favor. Here's a practical tip. Before you enter any trade, ask yourself, can I realistically expect to make at least twice what I am risking in this trade? If the answer is no, don't take that trade. And it is that simple. Here's the bottom line. Trading is not about getting it right every single time. It's about making your wins larger than your losses. That is the power of the 2R profit formula. But what if I told you that the moment you hit buy or sell in your trading account, that is when most traders start making their biggest mistakes. It's true, but I found a way to avoid this common trap. Back in 2018, 5 years into my trading career, I thought I had it all figured out, but something was still off. As soon as I entered a trade, my emotions would take over, and if the trade went against me, even slightly, I would start panicking. I would be glued to my phone, watching every price move, thinking, what if I lose everything? And more times than I'd like to admit, I would panic and close the trades early. Sometimes it was to grab a small profit before it disappeared, and other times I would close for a loss, thinking I was cutting my losses short. The problem was I was making these decisions based on fear and anxiety and not on my trading plan. One day, I looked at my trading journal and realized something shocking. A lot of the trades I closed early out of fear would have actually hit my original profit targets if I had just left them alone. I realized I was sabotaging myself with all this emotional interference, and I knew something had to change. But here's the thing, I had no idea how to stop these emotions from taking over, because how could I just sit there and watch my money potentially disappear? It seemed impossible. That's when I stumbled upon an approach that would completely change how I managed my trades. The approach I discovered, which is the 4th step in our 5-step formula, is called set and forget trading. Here's how it works. Once you enter a trade, you set your stop loss and take profit levels based on your analysis and the 2R rule we talked about earlier. And then, and this is the crucial part, you walk away. You don't keep checking your trade orders, you don't adjust them based on how you are feeling, you just let it play out. It's like setting up a machine to do the work for you. And once it is set, you can finally breathe easy and let your strategy do its job. Now I know what you are thinking. But what if something important happens that affects my trade? Here's the thing. If you've done your analysis right, set your levels correctly, and used proper position sizing, you've already accounted for the risks. Let me ask you this. When a farmer plants a seed, do they dig it up every day to see if it is growing? Of course not. They would damage the seed if they actually did that. And trading is the same. Your trades need time to develop. When I started doing this in 2018, it was like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders. I wasn't glued to my screen anymore. I could focus on my day job without constantly worrying about my trades. And the best part, my trading results actually improved. Here is a practical tip to get you started. Use your platform's built-in stop loss and take profit orders. Set them when you enter the trade and then close your trading platform. Pick a specific time to review your trades, preferably only once per day, and stick to it. Now, what if I told you that your biggest enemy in trading is not the market, but actually something much more closer to you? It is your own mind. But here's the good news. I found a way to trade without letting fear or greed take control. Let me show you how. Picture this. It's 2021 and I'm feeling confident about my trading. Suddenly, I hit a brutal losing streak. And it wasn't just a few bad trades. Nothing seemed to work for me. As the losses piled up, I started second guessing everything. My strategy, my skills, and even if I should be trading at all. And the worst part, it wasn't even about the money that I was losing. It was what it was doing to my head. I had always thought that I was a pretty level-headed person. But this losing streak had me on an emotional cycle. Every new trade felt like a make or break decision. I was stuck and I needed to find a way out. That's when I stumbled on this idea that totally flipped how I thought about trading. Most traders get caught up in the ups and downs of each trade. But here's the truth. You don't need to predict the future to make money. You just need to set things up so that you have a better chance of actually winning. Think about it like this. Every time you enter a trade, following your strategy, you are not just guessing. You are giving yourself a small edge that adds up over time. This shift in thinking from trying to be right all the time to playing the odds, that is what can transform you from a struggling trader to a consistently profitable one. It's all about your mindset, specifically thinking in probabilities. When I started thinking this way, it changed everything for me in my trading. Suddenly, losses were not failures anymore. They were just part of the process. I stopped second-guessing my strategy every time a trade went against me. I want you to take a moment to think about how this mindset could change your trading. Here's how this mindset will make you profitable. Adopting this mindset allows you to actually follow your trading plan. No more moving stop losses because you are afraid. No more cutting winners short because you are nervous. You stick to your entries, your exits, your position sizing, everything we've talked about in the earlier steps. Let me give you an example. Remember that losing streak I mentioned? When I adopted this mindset, I was able to stick to my plan even when things were tough. I knew that as long as I kept making good trades, the odds would eventually turn in my favor. And you know what? They eventually did. My account started growing steadily instead of swinging wildly up and down. So if you want to put this into action in your own trading, start by writing down your exact trading rules. Entry conditions, exit conditions, position sizing, everything. And then treat each trade like a science experiment. Your job is to follow the rules perfectly, not to predict if a particular trade will win or lose. Remember, being a profitable trader is not about getting every trade right. It's about trusting your strategy and executing it over and over again. That is how you make money in the long run, without letting stress and emotions get in your way. So we just looked at how the right mindset can transform your trading results. But there is a shocking reason why most traders still fail even when they know what to do. Check out this video where I reveal the hidden traps that cause 90% of traders to lose money and the simple fixes that can turn your trading around starting today. See you in that video.